Guys, we got the Mozambique drill for you today. We're going to break down the to the chest, one of the head, and the why behind that, as well as some of the nuances in the technique to kind of shave down your time and get some better, faster, and more consistent splits for this particular drill. Boom, baby. All right, cool. So the Mozambique, to the chest, one of the head, not just an assassin's trick. Why do we do this? So whenever we're engaging a threat in a real life defensive encounter, we're wanting to make sure that we're always engaging first center mass of whatever's available that target, which is usually the center of the chest. So to the chest, starting there, and if that does not neutralize the target in short order, going straight up to the head. And one reason why this particular drill was created, and one reason why it might be a decent technique or tactic for us, is that if first and foremost, the head, why don't we just start there, right? So if we ask that question, why don't we just engage the head if that's our ultimate goal and we're shooting to stop the threat? Well, you do you, boo. But here's the thing, is that whenever we're engaging the head, it is a very small target. And it is most likely moving a little bit more than the chest may be, especially whenever a guy may be moving around in kind of a sporadic condition under engaging fire. So if you're starting with the largest center of mass meat target that you have, going for those vital organs inside of the chest cavity, that's going to be a lot of times the best to engage with. And if that doesn't stop him, but you can see that you're getting impacts, well, now you can kind of adjust fire a little bit and bring it up to the head. And really what we're aiming for is the ocular region. So we're not trying to hit the top, like above this cap right here, where it has a chance of ricocheting off of our thick skull. We're not trying to go below the mustache region where you can blow out some teeth. It can be very, very painful, be very debilitating, but it's not necessarily an instant kill. We're going for this ocular region. And the reason here is because the ultimate target is actually the medulla oblongata at the base of your spine where your brain is connected. And that particular part of the brain, whenever you turn it into pink mist, you're going to have an instant kill. Basically, if you had like a hostage situation, that's really your ultimate target, because you're not going to have some kind of a clench reflex. And usually they just go limp and then fall straight to the ground. So that being our targeted area, and then center mass for the first two shots of engagement. You know, it is possible that the first two shots are going to be lethal eventually, but it's just not happening in short order. So if we really need that to take out that threat as fast as possible, that would be a good case to move in the head. Otherwise, another thing to consider is if somebody is wearing body armor. It has been known in famous bank robbery cases, different situations where maybe it's an active shooter, somebody knows that they're going into a fight and they're planning to be there for a long time. They may be wearing some kind of armor. It's very difficult to armor up the head sufficiently to be able to stop any kind of even handgun round. So that is one reason why we're going to be drilling the two of the chest, one of the head. So whenever we break down this drill, this is just like any quick draw drill. It's starting from the holster. We're going to make sure that we get a good grip. We're going to make sure that our two-handed grip comes together right here at center line, compressed, ready. As we're coming out, we should make sure that we are prepping up that trigger, and then we check our sights really quick before releasing that double tap. It's not stopping the threat. Come up and make sure that we acquire good sights on the center of the head. And we're going to see what we're getting for our time today. And then if we have any talking points afterwards, we'll cover that as well. All right. On the clock, shooter stand by. All right. Back in the holster. That was a 2.37. Doing it here cold. I'll show you guys the target. We got two right here in the X ring, and then one just above where I was really aiming for in the ocular region, still in the head, but not ideal. Again, this is a reduced head size target, so it's technically in there. But so a couple of things here. Whenever we're running this drill, we want to make sure that our trigger finger is going straight to that reset, and then we want to make sure that there's as minimal movement and travel in that trigger as possible. So whenever we want to avoid overpressing, we also want to make sure that we're fast on that reset. And then coming up to that head target, quick check that sights, and then press off again. Guys, this is the Mozambique drill. Try it, see what your cold time is, and then see what you can work up to get faster and faster too. You know, obviously the best time is 0.000, and that would just be a new world record. So always aim for excellence, guys, but understand what your current achievement capability is. Guys, Mozambique drill, stand ready and be prepared.